We were talking about the Gestapo tactics of ICE rounding up people on the streets of America, people that are here legally as well as people that are here illegally. And this person says, rounded up per the law. Making it the law now doesn't make it right, first and foremost. Secondly, it's not per the law. People that are in this country legally are being rounded up. That's not per the law. Well, Tom, they're having their legal status revoked. Just like the Nazis did with the Jews. You know, everything that the Germans did to the Jews was technically legal because they made it law? In the first 6 years of Adolf Hitler's dictatorship, Jews felt the effects of more than 400 decrees and regulations on all aspects of their lives. The regulations gradually but systematically took away their rights and property, transforming them from citizens to outcasts. Many of the laws were national ones issued by the German administration affecting all Jews. State, regional, and municipal officials also issued many decrees in their own communities. As Nazi leaders prepared for war in Europe, anti-Semitic legislation in Germany and Austria paved the way for more radical persecution of Jews. The first wave of Nazi anti-Semitic legislation from 1933 to 1934 focused on limiting the participation of Jews in German public life. In September of 1935, the Nazi leaders announced the Nuremberg Laws, which institutionalized many of the racial theories prevalent in Nazi ideology. And Nazi legislation in 1937 and 1938 increased the segregation of Jews from their fellow Germans, ultimately requiring Jews to identify themselves in ways that would permanently separate them from the rest of the population. They made their crimes against humanity legal. Just because Trump says something's legal or the Republicans say something is legal doesn't mean it's moral. Doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's just. And that was proven to the Germans through the Nuremberg trials. The trials that were held to hold the Nazi leaders accountable. I was just following orders or it was legal wasn't an excuse that saved them, and it's not going to be an excuse that's going to save the people that are participating in what's happening in this country today. At some point in time, the people who are covering their faces and rounding up people on the streets, throwing them into concentration camps, building the concentration camps, operating the concentration camps, sooner or later, they are all going to be held accountable in this country, just like the Germans were. And it was legal isn't going to be an excuse that flies. I was just following orders isn't going to be an excuse that's going to fly.